few years ago. Wait. Oh, okay. Starting again. I did a video like this a few years ago when there was another article. It was another science online journal about the scientific proof of verification around meditation is usually not present. And this video is sort of similar to that, but this has a more specific kind of a keyword to it, right? Meditation and mindfulness can have a dark side that we don't talk about. So, the gist of the argument is this: um, meditation, after it's done, it can leave you in a depressive episode, and that depressive episode can actually last. It won't. It's not this like, oh, one time like I meditated and I felt bad. It can lead you to this kind of like darker area of your life. And you know what? That is true, right? So something that I always advise to the people I work with is this: if you have trauma, if you have a lot of things that keep recurring for you and you keep hurting from that, you have to take care of that first before you start practicing Buddhism, right? So, of course, I'm not just a Buddhist guy, right? I also do life coaching. So, of course, we can do life coaching around that. But, you know what also really helps? Medication. Getting a diagnosis for whether your earlier inflicted trauma has altered your brain chemistry or not, right? Because chances are, yeah, can you get neuroplasticity through coaching? Can you get it through hypnosis? Yes, of course. But one pill a day, and you don't have to do any effort. And that is a very real possibility, especially if your trauma has been inflicted at an early age when the brain was still developing, right? So that is definitely something to keep in mind. But when you head first jump into meditation thinking that it's going to solve your problems, what it's likely going to do is you're going to be in a chamber. You're going to be in a cell called your mind. And you only have you there, right? And now, when we work together as a coach and a client, you will learn that most of the problems in your life are created by you. You become a prisoner to your own mind, right? But when you're working with a coach, you work through how the walls were formed, how you can break out of it, how you can explore the inner mind together, right? But meditation is meant to be a solitary practice. And I love meditation. I recommend meditation to everybody. But I think the two factors that this article is not discussing is this. Number one, meditation needs to be consistently done. And moreover, the observation that you have after the meditation is like, oh wow, when I meditate, like these traumatic events tend to arise more often and the intensity tends to rise. What people do is they observe things arising inside of them in meditation, but then once something bad starts happening, they get consumed by it. Instead of staying in meditation and observing that, I'm noticing that this feeling of urgency is coming up one more time. I'm noticing that my heart rate is beating and I'm starting to sweat because of the stress. That's happening. It's meant to be observed like that, but what do? Oh my god, is something wrong with me? Oh my god, I can't do this anymore. And then now, in meditation, you're supposed to be in charge of what's happening here, but what happens? It gets sabotaged by the traumatic experience. So, you oftentimes need a meditation guide who can help you re-anchor, right? Re-anchor to whatever you're focusing on, because meditation is just relaxed focus. So that's the first thing. And second thing is, meditation will have you confront a lot of things that are very limiting for you, that are very uncomfortable for you, that are very painful for you. But what kind of a mindset do you approach meditation with? That really matters a lot. If you're looking for a quick fix with meditation, I'm sorry, you're not gonna get it. But if you approach meditation with the mindset of whatever it is that's inside of me, I vow to see the end of my suffering. No matter what it takes, I can try and I can fail, but I'm gonna develop the inner strength to see the end of my own suffering inside of me. Now, the thing is, not everybody has this much passion for themselves. Not everybody has this much passion to end their own suffering without relying on anything else. But what I can tell you is if you are that passionate, if you are that committed to not relying on anything else but yourself to end your suffering once and for all, then the dark side effects of meditation is a rite of passage. It can be a rite of passage. And of course, you can work with the meditation guide, right? But the thing is, in the end, it's up to you to explore what's inside and see the end of your suffering through mindfulness.